What if the ending of The Boys Season 5 isn't really about defeating Homelander at all? What if the real nightmare is that after everything he's done, the world still chooses to worship him anyway? Because right now, every new theory and every hidden clue surrounding Episode 8 points towards something far darker than a simple final battle. This finale feels like it's building toward the complete collapse of every character left standing. Not just physically, but emotionally and morally too. And honestly, that might be the most fitting ending possible for this universe. After Episode 7, it's obvious nobody is walking into the finale with a clear sense of right and wrong anymore. Frenchie's death completely shattered the group in a way that revenge alone can't fix. He was chaos, humor, and heart all wrapped into one broken person. Without him, the team feels hollow, and Kimiko might be suffering the most. Her grief no longer feels controlled. It feels dangerous. Every scene with her now carries this sense that she's one emotional push away from becoming something truly terrifying. That's exactly why Butcher's experiments suddenly feel so much more disturbing. His obsession with recreating the Soldier Boy formula isn't coming from confidence anymore. It's desperation disguised as strategy. And the scariest part is that Butcher probably already knows he's dying. At this point, survival and obsession have become the same thing for him. He's not thinking about consequences anymore. He's thinking about ending Homelander no matter what it costs. Even Huey seems to recognize that the man leading them now isn't really the same Butcher they started with. He's exhausted, unstable, and running entirely on hatred. If Kimiko gains even more power through those experiments, there's a real chance Butcher accidentally creates another unstoppable weapon before this story ends. Meanwhile, Homelander himself has evolved into something even worse than a normal villain. He's becoming symbolic. Religious almost. People don't support him because they trust him anymore. They support him because they need someone larger than life to believe in. That's what makes him terrifying now. He's no longer reacting to the world around him. He's shaping it. And Episode 8 could finally show what happens when Homelander fully stops pretending to care about approval or public image. If he reaches that point completely, the finale may become less about stopping him, and more about surviving the damage he causes once nothing holds him back anymore. But the biggest theory surrounding the finale right now is also the most tragic. There's growing speculation that Homelander survives the final battle, but loses his powers permanently. Instead of dying like a god, he's forced to live like an ordinary man. And honestly, that punishment feels even crueler. Imagine someone who spent his entire life believing he was superior suddenly becoming weak, vulnerable, and human. No lasers. No invincibility. No fear in other people's eyes. Just emptiness. For Homelander, that kind of ending would destroy him psychologically in ways death never could. And Butcher? He probably doesn't survive it. Everything this season has built toward feels like one final sacrifice. Butcher taking Homelander down at the cost of his own life. But this show has never believed in clean, heroic endings. Even if Butcher succeeds, the truth may still lose. Because Vought is still standing. And Vought controls the narrative. That's why the most horrifying possible ending for The Boys Season 5 is the idea that the public never learns who Homelander really was. Instead, Vought spins the entire disaster into propaganda. Homelander becomes a martyr. A fallen protector supposedly attacked by dangerous extremists connected to Starlight and the boys. The media transforms him into a symbol of sacrifice while the real victims disappear from history. And if the final scene really is America cheering for Homelander while the surviving characters watch helplessly, then that may be the darkest ending the series could possibly deliver. Not evil being destroyed, evil being celebrated. At the same time, Annie and MM are both reaching emotional breaking points of their own. Starlight spent years believing that exposing corruption could actually change the world. But every truth she reveals somehow gets twisted into something else entirely. Episode May 8th finally force her to confront the terrifying reality that people don't always want the truth. Sometimes they choose comforting lies instead. M has become the emotional backbone of the group, constantly trying to hold everyone together while the people around him keep falling apart. But even he can't absorb endless loss forever without changing. You can already feel his definition of victory slipping away. Then there's Sage, who still feels like the biggest hidden threat heading into the finale. She's been quiet, but never absent. And that silence feels intentional. There's a very real chance Episode 8 reveals that much of the chaos this season was manipulated behind the scenes by her long before anyone realized they were being played. If that happens, it could completely change the way viewers look at everything that's happened so far. Even Soldier Boy still feels like unfinished business. His connection to Homelander remains one of the most unstable parts of the story. And if he returns in the finale, it probably won't be for redemption. It'll be because destruction is the only thing left for these characters anymore. That's what makes this ending feel so different. It doesn't feel like a superhero finale. It feels like a tragedy that's been slowly unfolding since the very beginning. Because The Boys has never really been about heroes saving the world. It's about power corrupting everything around it until nobody can even remember what normal was supposed to look like anymore. And if Episode 8 truly ends with the world still worshipping Homelander after everything, then maybe the show's final message is the most horrifying one imaginable. The monster already won. People just decided they were okay with it. And before you go, drop your biggest finale prediction in the comments. Does Homelander die, lose his powers, or somehow become even more dangerous? And if Butcher really sacrifices himself, was it redemption or revenge until the very end? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Series Critique, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates, theories, and hidden details from The Boys and all your favorite shows. This is Series Critique, where every scene matters, every detail connects, and every story goes deeper than it first appears. I'll see you in the next one.